Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Morning meditation will begin in just a moment, everyone. Boker Tov. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to morning meditation. I am going to be your sub until Rabbi Allen arrives. But for now, we're going to do some standing breathing exercises. If you're not comfortable standing, then you can sit down. All right, I apologize. I've never worn this mic before. So, I'd like you to stand I invite you to stand with your feet a little more than hips distance apart in a comfortable standing position. And you're going to feel your tailbone kind of extending or pointing towards the earth. So your pelvis will kind of be pushing forward. And the crown of your head, your rosh, being suspended to the sky by a golden thread. And from here, I'd like you to place your hands, or I invite you to place your hands in front of you as if they are holding on to a tree or a large invisible globe in front of you. And this way, the energy points in the palms of your hands are kind of making a triangle with each other and the point just above your belly button. And as you stand here, I'd also like you, invite you to put the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. And as you breathe out, as you exhale, you can feel your breath reverberate in your throat. You can let your elbows just hang down a little bit, as if your arms are kind of suspended by your wrists. But you don't want your arms to be stiff. This is a Qigong exercise. And as you stand here, you can kind of feel your energy building with each breath. I first learned Qigong from my teacher, Hawk's brother, in New York. And as you breathe out, you can feel your breath reverberate. It might sound something like this. Kind of like dragon's breath. And you might feel your palms getting a little more heated, building up energy in your palms. It's a great way to energize for the day. And remember to keep your knees somewhat bent, just a natural bend to them. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this energy that's been building in my hands, and I'm going to build it up a little more by spiraling it in a ball of energy between my hands. And so my entire body is spiraling around this ball as if the ball is moving my body. As I'm doing this, I'm noticing that my body is getting warmer. And I can feel this heat emanating from the palms of my hands. And these movements might not feel natural at first. It's something that takes a lot of practice. Now I'm going to switch directions so that I'm turning my ball over. I'm going to spiral the other way. You can also feel this spiral around my spine. And that energy moving, spiraling up through my spine. And you can make those movements a little tighter. And as you do, it might seem as if your body is not moving as much in these quick movements. Now that I have this energy ball, I'm going to take it and put it in my body. So first, I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to rub it around my belly 9 times. And then I'm going to go the other direction 9 times. I'm going to take this energy and I'm going to pat it into my face, my eyes, press on my earlobes, wake those up, and my scalp. And I'm also going to now make fists with my hands, and as I'm spiraling this energy around my body, I'm just going to tap right below my shoulders and on my back here to wake up my kidneys. And now I'm ready for the day, and just in time for Rabbi Alan Tufts to arrive. So he's going to lead you in the guided meditation component of this morning's practice.
Thank you.
Oops,
Whoa.
sorry. There you go.
I can always count on my good friend Rachel to step into the breach. You know, there was an accident on the way to the synagogue today, and it made me late. You know, but everything that happens is an opportunity to practice mindfulness. I could feel my anxiety level rising a bit. I started telling myself stories. There was an accident on Hollywood Boulevard. I'm going, how could people drive so carelessly? My goodness! And gee, why can't the police be quicker in removing the debris and the cars and whatever? And this is people are going to be so mad at me because I wasn't there. They're going to think I'm lazy or I slept in or something like that. And then so you can start telling yourself. And I think I started doing this a little bit in my mind. And then I noticed that I was having an emotion. I was having emotions, a little anxiety. And then, from your emotions, you have physical reactions. Your breathing gets a little more intense. Your blood pressure rises. Just at that moment, I noticed what was happening inside of me, and I decided to get into the moment. There was nothing I could do about what was happening outside of my control. Accidents happen, delays happen, and what I needed to do was to go into the anxiety, to feel the anxiety, to feel the frustration, not to try and remove it, but just to acknowledge it, just to say, oh, I am feeling anxious right now. I am feeling a little bit nervous. Okay, what's happening in my body? What is happening in my body right now? Oh, I can feel the tension in my thighs. I see that my breathing is a little more shallow. What's happening in my mind? What stories am I telling myself? Because actually, they're just stories, aren't they? They are just thoughts. They're not reality. And looking at what was happening in front of me, to feel and to get in touch with the feel of the steering wheel, to be in touch with my breathing. And then, it was what it was. Things happen. And it was an opportunity to be mindful. I can predict with a certain amount of certainty that there will be something that will happen in your life today. Something will happen that will frustrate you, that will delay you, and it will be an opportunity. It will be an opportunity to grow in your mindfulness practice. So, what I wanted to talk to you, but I just got back from North Carolina. I was in North Carolina for a few days, and Rachel, and I'm so grateful to Rachel for her wisdom and her willingness to fill in when I'm not here. And I know she has many skills, and she has a lot of wisdom. And I'm so glad that she's willing to and happy to share her wisdom with us. So something that I've been thinking about, and we don't have a lot of time, We could maybe do it for about 6 minutes, 7 minutes today. Something that I want to, this is kind of a fitting word, out to expand on. This is something, the theme that I want to just introduce today is something that we can expand upon next week, and you'll see why that's a fitting word. In the Psalms, in Psalm 18, the writer, the psalmist writes that he was in a very narrow place, a place of trouble, a place that would be described in Hebrew as tsar, which means narrow. And God brought him out to a wide, expansive place. Rachav is the word, to a place that was much more expansive. Now, we're not sure exactly what was happening to the psalmist at this time, but there was certainly a sense of being pressed in. This is what he felt. He felt compressed. He felt hemmed in. He felt as if life was sort of collapsing around him. And what happened was, with his faith in God and maybe some sort of ancient mindfulness practice, he expanded his vision of what was happening. He put whatever was happening into a wider, more expansive context. There is a practice that I do sometimes, and it's this one is a little different. It's one in which you keep your eyes open. And so I'm going to ring the bell, and I'm going to invite you to sit straight in wherever you are. Your back a little bit away from the back of the chair or the sofa or the surface that you're sitting on right now, and to keep your chin horizontal to the ground. And I need you to keep your eyes open. Here we go. Look straight ahead, and as the sound of the bell fades into the distance, become aware of your breathing as you're gazing straight ahead of you. Find a spot, some spot in the distance, some place in the distance on which you will focus. At the same time, you are aware of your breathing. Be aware of how your feet are in contact with the floor or the surface upon which they are in contact. And keep your eyes focused ahead of you. Without moving your eyes, become aware of whatever is happening to your right, to the right of you. Keeping your eyes straight ahead, begin to notice shapes and colors and movements to your right. Your right peripheral vision is what you're focusing on now as you gaze straight ahead. Normally, you don't notice what's to the right of you. but you are expanding. You are expanding your field of vision. And now as you are breathing regularly, smoothly, and gazing straight ahead, you notice what is to your left. You haven't lost sight of what's to the right. You're aware of the shapes and the colors and the movements to your right, but now you are also aware of what is going on to your left. Breathe into this full field of vision. Your field of vision is now wider than it was. Become aware as you're gazing straight ahead and you have a greater perception to your right and to your left. Become aware of what's above you. Lights, colors, shapes, movement. Breathe into that which is above you in your field of vision. You are aware of what is in front of you, what is to your right, what is to your left, and what is above you. Notice your breathing might be a little more expansive as your field of vision is expanding. And now, as you gaze straight ahead and you are simultaneously aware of what's to the left, to the right, and what is above you, notice what is below you. What is below you? Maybe you notice the floor. You might notice a table if you're sitting at a table. You might notice, still gazing straight ahead without moving your eyes, you might notice objects below your straight ahead field of vision. Shapes, colors, light, movement. Breathe into that part of your field of vision. Feel yourself opening up to wider and wider possibilities. Without moving your eyes, without moving your body, perhaps you feel that you are in a wider, more expansive space than you did a few moments ago. This is a practice that is especially useful when you're feeling compressed, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling that life is hemming you in, so to speak. Remember this practice. As the sound of the bell fades into the distance, take a breath, a deeper breath. Hold it for a moment and release it. Take another breath. Release it. One more breath. Stretch a little bit. Usually at this point I tell you to open your eyes and adjust to the light, but your eyes have been open and they're well adjusted to the light at this time. So it's Friday morning, and we have services at 7:30. So I hope that you will tune in, and I hope you will join the cantor and me at our Shabbos table this evening, and may you may you be joyful and expansive and happy in your Shabbat preparations, whatever they might be, a trip to Publix, or cooking, or cleaning the house, or doing whatever you're doing, putting on a nice shirt or a nice blouse that it's just going to make you feel Shabbostic, as they say. Well, there are plenty of things happening on our synagogue calendar. Services tomorrow, a Torah study at 9:30, and JLC on Sunday morning. And don't forget Rachel's schmooze and nosh, or does she say nosh and smooze? I can't remember. And my Talmud class and the Cantor's class, and just go on trending. You'll see that there's so many things happening in our temple family in the coming week. So, Shabbat Shalom, and remember to smile, and remember to bring a smile to the face of at least one other person that you encounter on your journey today. Shabbat Shalom.